133
133 में क्या? अच्छा मैं कर चुका हूँ आज तो ऐसे थोड़ी देर कर चुका हूँ चलो ठीक है अच्छे से चैंटिंग नहीं करें ना तनका तो वैसे
Connected to OnePlus 3G.
हाथ लग गया तो चालू हो गया सही बात है
Evening chanting, page 14. Yo so bhagava arahang samma sambuddho swakato yena bhagavata dhammo supatipanno yassa bhagavato sāvaka sangho Tamayam Bhagavantam Sadhammam Sasangam Imehi Sakari Yatha Arham Aropitehi Abhipujayama Sadhuno Bhante Bhagava Suchira Parinibbhutopi Pachima Janatanukampa Imi Sakkari Dugat Anaka Rabhute Patiganhatu Amhakam Digatam Hita Yasukhaya Arahang Samma Sambuddho Bhagava Buddham Bhagavantam Abhivadi Swakhato Bhagavata Dhammo Dhammam Namasami Supatipanno Bhagavato Sāvaka Sangho Sangham Namami Hanmayang Buddhas Bhagavato Ubhabhag Namakaram Karomasi Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arhato Samma Sambuddhassa Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arhato Samma Sambuddhassa Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arhato Samma Sambuddhassa हन्मयं बुद्धानुसतिनयं करोमसे तं कोपन भगवन्तम् एवं कल्याणो इति सद्दो अभुगतो इति पिसो भगवा अर्हं सम्मा सम्बुद्धो विद्याचरण संपन्नो सुगतो लोकविदु अनुत्तरो पुरुष धम्म सारथि सत्ता देव मनुस्सा नं बुद्धो भगवाति हन्मयं बुद्धाभिगीतिं करोमसे बुद्धवारहन्त वरता द्विगुणाभियुतो शुद्धाभिज्ञानकरुणा हि समागततो बोधेसियो सुजनतं कमलं वसुरो वन्दामहं तमरणं शिरसा जिनेन्दम् बुद्धो यो सब्बपाणिनं शरणं खेममुत्तमं पठमानुसतिष्ठानं वन्दामि तं शिरेणहं बुद्धस्मि दासीव बुद्धो मे सामिकीश्वरो बुद्धसहं नियादीन् शरीरं जीवितं चिदं वन्दन्तीहं चरिष्यामि बुद्धस्यैव सुबोधितं नत्ति मे शरणम् अन्यं बुद्धो मे शरणं वरम् एतेन सच्चवज्जेन वड्डेयं सत्तु शासने बुद्धं मे वन्दमानाय यं पुण्यं पशुतम् इद सब्बेऽपि अन्तरायामि माहेशुं तस्य तेजसा हन्मयं धम्मानुसतिनयं करोमसे स्वाकातो भगवता धम्मो सन्दिट्ठिको अकालिको एहि पस्सिको ओपनयिको पच्चत्तं वेदितव्यो विन्युहीति हन्मयं धम्माभिगीतिं करोमसे स्वाखाततादिगुणयोगवसे न सेयो यो मग्गपाकपरियत्ति विमोक्षभेदो धम्मो कुलोकपतनात्तदधारिधारी वन्दामहं तमरं वरधम्ममेतं धम्मो यो सब्बपाणिनं शरणं खेममुत्तमं द्वितीयानुसतिष्ठानं वन्दामि तं शिरेणहं धम्मस्सस्मि दासीव धम्मो मे सामिकीश्वरो धम्मस्सहं नियादेमि शरीरं जीवितं चिदं वन्दन्तीहं चरिष्यामि धम्मस्यैव सुधम्मतं नत्ति मे शरणम् अन्यं धम्मो मे शरणं वरम् एतेन सच्चवज्जेन वड्डेयं सत्तु शासने धम्मं मे वन्दमानाय यं पुण्यं पशुतम् इद सब्बेऽपि अन्तरायामि माहेशुं तस्य तेजसा अन्वयं संघानुसतिनयं करोमसे सुपटिपन्नो भगवतो सावक संघो उजुपटिपन्नो भगवतो सावक संघो न्यायपटिपन्नो भगवतो सावक संघो सामीचिपटिपन्नो भगवतो सावक संघो यदिदं चत्तारि पुरुषयुगानि अष्टपुरुषपुग्गला एष भगवतो सावक संघो आहुनेयो पाहुनेयो दक्षिणे अंजलिकरणीयो अनुत्तरं पुण्यखेत्रं लोकसाति हन्दमयं संघाभिगीतिं करोमसे सधम्मजो सुपटिपत्तिगुणादियुतो यो अट्ठविदो अरियपुग्गल संगसेठो शीलादिधम्मपवरा सयकाय चेतो वन्दामहं तमरिया गणं सुशुद्धं संघो यो सब्बपाणिनं शरणं खेममुत्तमं ततीयानुसतिष्ठानं वन्दामि तं शिरेणहम् संघस्मि दासीव संघो मे सामिकिस्सरो संघासहं नियादिं शरीरं जीवितं चिदं वन्दन्तीहं चरिष्यामि संघस्सोपटिपन्नतं नत्ति मे शरणम् अन्यं संघो मे शरणं वरम् एतेन सत्यवज्रेण वड्ढेयं सत्तु शासने संघं मे वन्दमानाय यं पुण्यं पशुतम् इद सभ्येऽपि अन्तरायामि माहेशुं तस्य तेजसा वंशा क्या पढ़ रही थी?
133
वंशा बंद
ये चला हुआ है।
अच्छा जय मंगल अट्टगा था ना
बाहुं सहस्रमभिनिमित सायुधन्तम् गिरिमेखलं मुदित घोरससेनमारम् दानादिदं न विधिना जितवामुनीन्दो तं तेजसा भवतु ते जयमङ्गलानि तेजसा भवतु ते जयमङ्गलानि मारातिरेकमभियुज्यित सप्पदतिम् मतद्धयखम् खन्ति सुदन्त विधिना जितवामुनीन्द्रो तं तेजसा भुवतु ते जयमङ्गलानि तं तेजसा भवतु ते जयमङ्गलानि नालागिरि गजवरम् अतिमत्तभूतम् दावर्गिचक्रमसनीव सुदारुणन्तम् मेत्तम्बुसेक विधिना जितवामुनीन्द्रो तं तेजसा भवतु ते जयमङ्गलानि तं तेजसा भवतु ते जयमङ्गलानि उक्खित्तखड्गमतिहत्थ सुदारुणन्तम् धावन्ति योजन पथङ्गुलिमालवन्तम् इद्धिविसङ्खत मनोजितवामुनीन्द्रो तं तेजसा भवतु ते जयमङ्गलानि तं तेजसा भवतु ते जयमङ्गलानि कत्वानुकट्ठ मुदरम् इव गभ्भिनीया चिञ्चाय दुःखवचनम् जनकाय मज्जे सन्तेन सोमविधिना जितवामुनीन्द्रो तं तेजसा भवतु ते जयमङ्गलानि तं तेजसा भवतु ते जयमङ्गलानि सच्चं विहाय मतिसच्चकवादकेतम् वादाभिरोपितमनम् अति अन्धभूतम् पञ्ज्ञापदीप जलितो जितवामुनीन्द्रो तं तेजसा भवतु ते जयमङ्गलानि तं तेजसा भवतु ते जयमङ्गलानि नन्दोपनन्दभुजगम् विभुदम् महीब्धिम् पुत्तेन थेरभुजगेन दमापयन्तो इद्धूपदेश विधिना जितवामुनीन्द्रो तं तेजसा भवतु ते जयमङ्गलानि तं तेजसा भवतु ते जयमङ्गलानि दुग्गाहदिद्धि भुजगेन सुदक्षहत्थम् ब्रह्मं विशुद्धि ज्युतिमेद्धि बकाभिधानम् याणागदेन विधिना जितवामुनीन्द्रो तं तेजसा भवतु ते जयमङ्गलानि तं तेजसा भवतु ते जयमङ्गलानि येतापि बुद्ध जयमङ्गल अर्थगाथा यो वाचको दिने दिने सरते मतन्दी अधिगमेय नरो सपञ्यो
Now listen to a reflection by Rinpoche Sumedo titled Buddho Dhammo Sangho while we are meditating.
So, the reflecting Buddha Dhamma Sangha. So this you can take with you from the retreat, just to use this as a reminder to contrast with the cultural conditioning, the sense of yourself as a person, which is, the strong conditioning that we tend to operate from. So this can be used skillfully just as a reminder. Remember that sati is reminding here and now the way it is. Because we forget that and we forget here and now the way it is, and we start operating from our personal feelings, memories, prejudices, biases, reacting to experience out of habit. Praise, we're happy; blame, we're angry. And we have no way of observing this. We merely become this person with these problems. So then the Buddha Dhamma Sangha, just remembering these three words, is a way of training yourself to, in the morning or wherever you are, you get the worldly habits, worldly conditions, crises, emergencies, urgencies of the world, the body, the society, easily delude us, take us over, and then just this simple remembering Buddha Dhamma Sangha. So this is reminding ourselves of awareness, being the awakened consciousness, knowing the Dhamma, and developing that, the way of truth, the way of mindfulness. The supatipanno, ujupatipanno, yaya patipanno, samiji patipanno. And either patipanno is one who's practicing doing it, not just one who believes in Buddhism. So many people assume that the Buddha taught Buddhism, but he didn't. He taught Dhamma. There's a difference. Buddhism, is a generic term that includes almost anything that you want to label Buddhist. So Buddhism is a term, that is, kind of includes anything, whether it's Nichiren Buddhism, Soto Gakkai, Tibetan, modern versions, new takes on it, old traditions, because it's all Buddhism. But Dhamma is this, it's a Four Noble Truths, the way it is, the unborn, uncreated, unconditioned, therefore there is the escape from the born, the created, the form, the conditioned. So just recognize the difference, I say, between the word Buddhism and Dhamma. As personalities, as people, we have our favorite forms of Buddhism. We maybe like Tibetan Buddhism or Zen Buddhism or Theravada or whatever. We have various views about how it should be, about what we think is appropriate for modern life, how we want to change Buddhism so it adapts itself to modern American values and ideas, and we want to, or we can become very, I think we have to be very orthodox. But when we take refuge in Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha, then it's not, my opinion, your opinion, and the Buddhist Nikayas, but it's Dhamma. Sape Sankaranita, Sape Tama Anatta. All conditions are impermanent, all Dhamma is not self. So this makes it simple how to use these terms to keep it straight. What is, Buddhism and what is Dhamma? Then my preferences, my views, my preferences for different Buddhist things and Buddhist traditions, that's not Dhamma, is it? But being aware of my preferences, seeing that this is a perception, a preference, is like this. It's a condition arising, ceasing. That's the Dhamma of it. So in this way, it simplifies everything. It's not, because the different forms of Buddhism and also get very complicated. Opinions, views of individuals seem to clash, or we've got strong views about what is the real Buddhism, the pure Buddhism, the original, the advanced, the primitive. But this is, one can endlessly occupy one's life with trying to figure out which form of Buddhism is the best. But the actual, the Buddha knows Dhamma. So this is not some kind of belief to grasp, but to remind yourself to be awake, Bhutto Tammo, the way it is, knowing the way it is, but not me, Ajahn Sumedho, knowing all about Dhamma. It's Bhutto is the refuge, the awakened consciousness here and now. The body's like this. So I'm seeing the body in terms of Dhamma, you see. It's like this. So in just being aware of the experience, the reality of this body here sitting on this mat is like this. So I'm just using the body now as not as some personal property or as something to ignore, but to remember it's this way. It's not my body and all the way that I personally, perceive myself, my appearance, my age, and on like that. It's not about whether it's a good body or bad body, but it's this. This is the reality of this body is now. It's like this. I'm not looking at it. I close my eye and I can just feel, reflecting this experience, the reality of this body sitting like this. It's noticing, reflecting on it in terms of Dhamma. As the breath, many of you practice with the rise and fall of the abdomen, or the others on the inhaling, exhaling at the nostril. Doesn't matter, whatever you prefer, but just noticing in terms of Dhamma rather than which is the best way to do it. Or get confused about one teacher teaches rise and fall, the other inhaling, exhaling. But in terms of vipassana, you're looking at it more into just the way it is. The breathing is natural condition. It's like this. Inhaling like this, exhaling like this. Then noticing the mental state. What kind of mood? Being Putto, knowing the mood as Dhamma rather than as happy, sad, miserable, bright, sleepy, dull, my problem. How do I get rid of dullness? How do I make my mind bright and happy like I would like it to be? How do I get rid of all these developments? But in terms of Putto, Dhammo, it's like this. Buddha, knowing the way it is. When we use this perception of the jittanupassana, or the mood, the mental state of this moment is like this. So there's this recognition. And so you're seeing it as a condition changing rather than making it into, criticizing it or qualifying it in terms of your way of seeing it as good mood, bad mood, or whatever. It's like this, the way it is. All conditions are impermanent. So good mood is impermanent, bad mood is impermanent. So it's not, the quality is not the important issue, is it? It's like this. Sound of silence. Just awakening, the background consciousness. Now the people are going to say, Ajahn Sumedho believes that sound of silence is consciousness. But I'm not saying that. I'm not making any doctrinal statements. I'm just recognizing that this, what I notice and refer to as the sound of silence, has this continuity that I can rest in and be fully awake and aware. So I'm not making it into anything other than a functional, expedient means. So this gives me this wide, embracing way of seeing, rather than just focusing on the body, then the breath, then the mood. But the sound of silence embraces all three at the same moment. It's like this. then recognizing this, then you have perspective on, much better perspective on mood, the state of mind you're in, or the body or the breath, or, emotional states, sensory experiences, sensory impingement. Now this is how to use a convention for awareness. Like the Pali Buddhism, this style, Theravada Buddhism, Four Noble Truths, Paticca Samuppada, all these teachings in this particular Pali form, how to use it for awareness, not for identity or attachment. And so we might attach to it or identify with it, but the more we trust in the awareness, being the Putto, Tammo, Sangho, then we see our own opinions about it. I think it's better than Mahayana or whatever, or whatever you personally feel. And then, like Vajrayana Buddhists will say, this Vajrayana is the advanced form. Theravada is only for beginners. And many of you have been practicing for decades, so you don't want to be a permanent beginner after 30 years of practice. Well, these are opinions and views of various people, but and Theravada has its own strong views about Vajrayana and whatnot. I mean, this is not the issue, but to see the Dhamma of it, when somebody tells you your way of practice is only for beginners, how does that affect you? So then you're seeing the Dhamma of it. So a great Vajrayana master tells you, Theravada Buddhism is, it's kind of all right if when you start out, but you have to go into, as you develop, you need more advanced techniques, and then what does that do? So being the knowing, being the Putto, knowing the Dhamma, or the emotional reaction, it'll always, being intimidated by authority always it helps you to see a form of sakya ditthi, of clinging to our own conventions or our own views. Pope Benedict said one time that Buddhism was a form of autoeroticism. No, the reaction is laughter. But that's an opinion, isn't it? That's opinion. And then how does it affect you? You can be aware it's like this. The Pope said Buddhism is just nothing but a kind of form of autoeroticism. then how does that affect you, your emotional reaction to that statement? It's like this. You're being the Puto knowing the Dhamma rather than the person, oh, that Pope, he doesn't know what he's talking about. Once you begin to recognize sound of silence, the challenge then is to notice it wherever you are. So it's not because we can, in a quiet place like Spirit Rock, we think, well, here, because there isn't a lot of noise and distraction, you can really get to it. But when I go back to San Francisco, and the noise and the activity and the responsibilities and like this. So this is a way of challenging this assumption, because you begin to notice that it's underlined behind everything. Noise, confusion, war, everything. Here and now, apparent here and now, timeless. So you begin to notice. And as you, then you hear it wherever, because you're cultivating this, so you're familiar, you're at ease, you trust it, rather than trusting your own views about it or opinions and your own emotional reactions to, living at home with your family or and your workplace in the city. Like in living in, when I go to London, because where we wear our robes all the time wherever we go. So when I first went to live in England, we lived in London for 2 years, and there, your people start, school children, schoolboys will look at you and laugh and make fun, jeer. They used to call us Hare Krishna. And then wherever you go, people kind of look at you, and you have this feeling of wanting to, you wish you could, take your robes off when you go into the city to look, not stand out, because it makes you feel self-conscious. And, personally I hate to be laughed at and singled out and pointed to and made fun of as a nightmare scenario for me personally. Always dreaded that, for everybody, to be something that everyone jeers at. So, there's a kind of a shyness and timidity in not really wanting to step out of the vihara and kind of go into the city because, actually it wasn't that bad, the nature of the English is they don't show, publicly display their feelings. So usually they just pretend they don't notice you. But in other European countries, very different reactions. In Belgium, they start yelling at you and not. So I mean, insulting you verbally, but very seldom does that happen in England. But maybe mainly with schoolboys, the nature of schoolboys. So. But anyway, they bring up this self-consciousness and feeling, very self-conscious wearing these robes and shaven head. So then how to use this particular emotional problem I have for awareness. So this is where I cultivated this sound of silence in walking through the streets of London. Because when I'm with this, resting in the sound of silence, the self-consciousness isn't any problem. It's when I forget that and I, get caught in my personal habits of and even projecting onto people all kinds of states, negative states towards me. I can be, I can imagine that they think I'm strange or a weirdo or if somebody gives me a dirty look, I can immediately, maybe they're just, something they ate for breakfast, but I can take it personally from the Sakyaditi level. So try it out, and this to develop this, and it makes you fully alert. You're not, closing your eyes and plugging up your ears. Hear no evil, see no evil. You're fully operative, more so than when you're caught in your Sakkayaditthi problems. So you can negotiate the London Underground and all the rest, whatever happens better than you can when you're full of me and mine and what do people think and worrying about being laughed at or whatever. Then, these creations are drop away because we're fully aware. Conscious embraces everything, and then also you feel a sense of when there is no self, when you're not caught up in the Sakkayaditthi, Silabhata Paramasa, Vicikicca problems, when those delusions have kind of faded out and they're no longer your way of perceiving life, you begin to feel this sense of a blessing. That a human being that's fully aware is blessing everything. Like I think of this historical Buddha, just, Gautama the Buddha was a blessing to the world. Not because he emphasized his personal qualities, but because he transcended them and left a teaching that still works, still usable, still very, much needed at the present time. So then you feel like the robe, the monastic form is blessing, it's a blessing to the world rather than, a funny kind of eccentric way of presenting yourself in Western country. So these are my own reflections, how I've dealt with living within, a form, tradition, in a non-Buddhist country. So that the relinquishment of self is a relief, and it's because it is a plague. Even, even if I should be able to wear jeans and sweatshirts, the sakyadis still be operative, wouldn't it? It'd be something, And now I'm an old, look at that old fogey, There's always something you can make use to support this sense of personal identity. So, if we can use the robe for that too, but the point of monastic form is for mindfulness, not for identity. Then, say, at Amaravati Monastery in England, they eat this in this very formal style in our alms bowls, and then so when you're the focus of everybody's attention, being the head monk, the teacher, every day when you go into the refectory, on the sakyaditi level, everybody's looking at me. So, and then this is for 40 years now. It wasn't always. Even in Thailand, as the first Western monk, with Ajahn Chah, so I was much taller than the others. So after Ajahn Chah, I'd get all the attention. So this sense of being, on a sakyaditi level, feeling everybody wants something from me, wants my attention, I have to give something to them. The sakyaditi starts operating in this sense of here I am, the senior might expect me to smile at them or to greet them or welcome like a host every day, every meal. They want, I've got to, conduct myself properly so not to upset them or offend, to support and dutifully support and not let down the tradition and all like this. So the sakyaditi can be a real burdensome thing to have if I identify myself with the role, with the convention, and hold to the belief in my own emotional reactions, my personal reactions to this situation. So then in living I don't know whether I've used this sound of silence a lot, just to stop, just a reminder to not create myself. So it's fine, I'm perfectly happy, I don't make problems about it. And so it's, it's not, because of the mindfulness, the reminder, Bhutto Tammo Sankho. And using everything in my own, flaws and ego and fears and personal hang-ups for mindfulness, to see them in terms of Dhamma rather than identified with, my problems. So even, like this self-consciousness or the resentment of feeling burdened by the position, projecting onto people all kinds of my views about they want something from me or I have to do something for them, this kind of reaction I can see in terms of Dhamma. It is what it is. Doesn't mean that I never anymore, I'm way beyond all that now, but I know what it is. And my reference, my refuge is in sound of silence, being in this state of total awareness where the self no longer can hook me. My own personal feelings, they can't get hold of me or hook me. Or if they do, it's hard for, I can see through it very quickly. So these are just, ways that I've dealt with, the Sakya Ditti, Tilabhata Paramasa Vichikicca, that I found, it has given me a confidence in this practice because it works. And so I don't have to run away from responsibilities or disrobe or do anything, but other than just use the way it is for awareness. So even the irritations of living in a community, the problems that arise, and all that is part of being mindful, so we're not making demands on or whinging when things don't go the way you want them to. It's like using everything, just the praise, the blame, the successes and failures. So Ajahn Chah, made this very clear, I don't know how many of his talks were about what they call the 8 worldly dhammas. And they are, success and failure, having being respected in a important position or being despised, being praised or being blamed, happiness and suffering. So there's 4 positive and their opposites, the negative. They're called the 8 worldly dhammas, the loka dhamma, 8 loka dhammas. and there's a so then you can fit all the worldly things into these 8 categories. Now, on the worldly level, we want success, to be respected and appreciated, to be praised, and we want happiness. And what we dread is, on the worldly level, is its opposite. Poverty, humiliation, blame, criticism, misery, isn't it? So, I mean, these are, on the ego level, we want the good side and we don't want the bad side. So then, Ajahn Chah say these 8 worldly dhammas, they said, are equal value, both sides, The praise is, and the blame of equal value. So I kept remembering this, through my monastic life. It's very interesting. Success or failure. You know how much in America we worship success and dread failure. So you think, I want to be a successful monk, successful teacher, successful at spreading the Dhamma in Europe. I want to, lots of people ordaining, spreading branch monasteries, lot of people attending and being inspired and awakening to the real Dhamma, and I want to be, a success at this. And then other times you feel like you're a total failure. Because even after so many successes, that you can't sustain it, and then people get disillusioned, and all kinds of rumors go around, and then you think, oh, why am I wasting my time? I'm a failure. So in the theme is failure, success of equal value, praise and blame of equal value. So this is where, with the sound of science you can observe when you feel, I'm fed up, I've had enough, is like this. Or you begin to see your own altruism, like I really want to devote my life to teaching the Dhamma and bringing Dhamma, Buddhism into the lives of the Americans, to be a great teacher and do all these wonderful things, not for any selfish reason, of course, but it's all altruism. And you begin to see this also as like, and even when it does happen, even if everybody's saying how successful you are, and your ego is congratulating yourself, there's awareness of it. That's the Buddha Dhamma, not me being a success or being a failure. And so these are, notice that this awareness, the gate to the deathless, this point that includes everything, puts everything into perspective. So, you're no longer, working just with attachment to altruistic goals. Even though that's good, but that also, if it's done out of ignorance of the truth of the way it is, can be very disillusioning. Then, the way you might see yourself is not good enough or adequate or inferior, or you'll never be you're not a really good meditator, or the way that you create yourself as some kind of failure as a person, as a mother and father, as a Buddhist, as a meditator, or whatever. is like this. You know, the sense of I can't do it, I'm not good enough, is like this. And that awareness of that awareness, you begin to see, this is my refuge, this awareness, not that feeling I can't do it, I'm a failure. You see it, but you no longer believe in it. It's not what you attach to and perceive your experience through, the sense of I'm a failure, or that I'm a success. So then I've used this term of silence, because I travel a lot, go to airports and have to wait in queues, and I've used it for all kinds of waiting in a queue. When you're at the end of a long line, and that I get kind of, I start, this queue is not moving. And I look at the others and think, that one, I should have gone into that one. And maybe somebody's, taking a lot of time, and I feel annoyed with them. So this is, using this sound of silence. And when in the queue, I use that. So I'm aware, I'm not just trying to suppress restlessness or grin and bear it attitudes of just putting up with this annoying thing. You have to get through the line, you have to do this anyway, so just be patient, bear with it, but actually use the situation. So everything, the most banal things that you do in daily life, or irritating, perfunctory things that you tend to just do to get out of the way, become the path, or developing the path. So this is, emphasis this retreat on this awareness, because it is, the real challenge is integrating it into your ordinary life. So if you think you can only be mindful at Spirit Rock under the ideal conditions, be aware of that. I can't be mindful at home, but I can when I've been on a retreat at Spirit Rock. Is like this. I can't do this at home with my family or at the office, but so I have to go on another retreat. Is like this. This is, not saying, not criticizing you for thinking that, but using that, maybe that emotional reaction for awareness. Then everything becomes the path, the way of mindfulness. So it's not about holding to the view that you should practice at home and not become a retreat addict. And you can see some people just are retreat addicts. They're always going from one retreat to another. They can't face the real world, and but I'm going to develop mindfulness in daily life. I don't need to go on any more retreat. That's still opinion, isn't it? So you be aware of that, of your own views that form around meditation, that are like this. Feeling, I'm not going to be a retreat addict, is like this. In the sense of, I'm better than you are. If I think you're a retreat addict, I'm not. I'm show you that. Not retreats, because they are on offer. They're encouraged, but because they do. They're special conditions and that. But if there's no retreats, then we do. It doesn't stop us from being mindful. But these are available now, so how to use them, not for addictions or identities, but for mindfulness, how to the way the opinion, the sense of yourself about meditation retreats. And it's all grist for the mill.
पेज खोलो।
पेज 32
ये 32 से नीचे खोलो। समझ गया? अच्छा हिंदी थी का? हिंदी थी चुका।
अब हम ब्रह्म विहारों की साधना करेंगे का चैंटिंग करेंगे। आज थोड़ा डिफरेंटली करते हैं। जो हमारी हिंदी चैंटिंग बुक है उसमें पेज 32 पे पाली में और 33 पे हिंदी में है।
अच्छा दो मिनट करो 34
आकार बंद। पहले पेज हिंदी चैंटिंग बुक का पेज नंबर 32 है। ब्रह्म विहारों से व्याप्त करना।
हंदमयं चतुरक्मय्या उभासानं करोमसे मित्ता सहगतेन चेतसा एकं दिशं परित्वा विहरति तथा द्वितीयं तथा तृतीयं तथा चतुर्थम् इति उद्धमदोतिरियं सब्बदि सब्बतताय सब्बावन्तं लोकं मित्ता सहगतेन चेतसा विपुलेन महद्गतेन अपमानेन अवैरेण अव्यापञ्जेन परित्वा विहरति। आए हम चारों असीम गुणों को प्रकाशमान करें।
तो हम जैसे रोज करते हैं उस समय मैत्री करते समय जिसको याद करना वो कर सकते हैं और इसको चांट भी कर सकते हैं।
मैं एक दिशा को मैत्री चित्त से व्याप्त कर विहार करती हूँ। इसी प्रकार दूसरी,
गैप,
इसी प्रकार तीसरी, इसी प्रकार चौथी, ऐसे ही ऊपर और नीचे, आड़े तिरछे, चारों ओर, सर्वत्र, अपने को एवं सबको, सभी लोगों को मैं विपुल, महान, असीम, निर्वैर, द्वेष रहित, मैत्री संपन्न चित्त से व्याप्त कर विहार करती हूँ।
अब करुणा कब करेंगे और बस जैसे रोज करते थे याद करके, करुणा सहगतेन चेतसा एकं दिशं परित्वा विहरति, तथा द्वितीयं तथा तृतीयं तथा चतुर्थम् इति उद्धमदो तिर्यं सम्बधि सम्बत्ताय सब्भावन्तलोकं, करुणा सहगतेन चेतसा विपुलेन महद्गतेन अपमानेन अवेरेण अव्यापज्येन परित्वा विहरति।
मैं एक दिशा को करुणा चित्त से व्याप्त कर विहार करती हूँ, इसी प्रकार दूसरी, इसी प्रकार तीसरी, इसी प्रकार चौथी, ऐसे ही ऊपर और नीचे, आड़े तिरछे, चारों ओर, सर्वत्र, अपने को एवं सबको, सभी लोगों को मैं विपुल, महान, असीम, निर्वैर, द्वेष रहित, करुणा संपन्न चित्त से व्याप्त कर विहार करती हूँ।
मुदिता सहगतेन चेतसा एकं दिशं परित्वा विहरति, तथा द्वितीयं तथा तृतीयं तथा चतुर्थम् इति उद्धमदो तिर्यं सम्बधि सम्बत्ताय सब्भावन्तं लोकं, मुदिता सहगतेन चेतसा विपुलेन महद्गतेन अपमानेन अवैरेण अव्यापज्येन परित्वा विहरति।
मैं एक दिशा को मुदित चित्त से व्याप्त कर विहार करती हूँ, इसी प्रकार दूसरी, इसी प्रकार तीसरी, इसी प्रकार चौथी, ऐसे ही ऊपर और नीचे, आड़े और तिरछे, चारों ओर, सर्वत्र, अपने को एवं सबको, सभी लोगों को मैं विपुल, महान, असीम, निर्वैर, द्वेष रहित, मुदिता संपन्न चित्त से व्याप्त कर विहार करती हूँ।
उपेक्षा सहगतेन चेतसा एकं दिशं परित्वा विहरति, तथा द्वितीयं तथा तृतीयं तथा चतुर्थं इति उद्धमधो तृतीयं सम्बत्तताय सब्भावन्तं लोकम् उपेक्षा सहगतेन चेतसा विपुलेन महद्गतेन अपमानेन अवेरेण अव्यापज्येन फलित्वा विहरति।
मैं एक दिशा को उपेक्षा चित्त से व्याप्त कर विहार करती हूँ। इसी प्रकार दूसरी, इसी प्रकार तीसरी, इसी प्रकार चौथी, ऐसे ही ऊपर और नीचे, आड़े तिरछे, चारों ओर, सर्वत्र अपने को एवं सबको, सभी लोगों को मैं विपुल, महान, असीम, निर्वैर, द्वेष रहित, उपेक्षा संपन्न चित्त से व्याप्त कर विहार करती हूँ।
हम पुण्य साझा करने की गाथाएं गाते हैं। 26 नंबर पेज, 26 और 27 में। हिंदी चैंटिंग बुक के पेज नंबर 26 और 27।
हंदमयम सब्बपतिदान गाथायु भणामसे पुण्यस्सगिदानि कतस्य यान् अन्यानि कथानि मे ते सञ्च भागिनो होन्तु सत्तानन्तपमानका। जो भी मैंने पुण्य आज किए हैं या पहले किए हैं, उन सब के भागीदार अनंत प्राणी हो।
ये
पिया गुणवंता चमयं माता पितोदय दिट्ठा मे चाप्य अधिष्ठा वा अन्ये मज्जत्तवेरिनो। वे मेरे गुणवान प्रियजन, मेरे माता पिता, दृश्य प्राणी हो अथवा अदृश्य, अन्य तटस्थ अथवा वैरी, सत्ता तिष्ठन्ति लोकस्मिन् ते भूम्मा चतुर्भुवनिका पंच एक चतुकारा संसरन्ता भवा भवे। वे प्राणी जो इस लोक में हो, तीनों लोकों की 4 योनियों में हो, 5 एक अथवा 4 स्कंद वाले, एक भव से दूसरे भव में संसरण करने वाले हों।
ज्ञातंगे प्रतिदानं मे अनुमोदन्तु ते स्वयं ये चैमं न प्रजानन्ति देवा तेषां निवेदयुम्। मेरे इस प्रतिदान को जानने वाले इसका अनुमोदन करें, और जो इसके बारे में अनभिज्ञ हैं उन्हें देवता इसकी जानकारी दे। मया दिन्नान पुण्यानम् अनुमोदन हेतुना सर्वे सत्ता सदा हुन्तु अवेरा सुख जीविनो। केमं पदन्य च पप्पन्तु तेसा सा सिज्जतं सुवा। मेरे इस पुण्य के अनुमोदन से सभी प्राणी सदा निर्वैर हों, सुखी हों।
सुरक्षित हो, उनकी सभी शुभेच्छा पूर्ण हो।
अब सार्वभौमिक कल्याण का विवेचन, पेज 30 एंड 31,
अच्छा कर
30 नंबर पेज पे, पहले पाली में फिर हिंदी में।
सूर्य पर एक बटे बात तब पद हंदमयम मीठा फर्णम करोमसि अहम सुखितो होमि निर्दुःखो होमि अवीरो होमि अव्यापज्यो होमि अनिगो होमि सुखी अत्तानं परिहरामि सब्बे सत्ता सुखिता होन्तु सब्बे सत्ता अवीरा होन्तु सब्बे सत्ता अव्यापज्या होन्तु सब्बे सत्ता अनिगा होन्तु सब्बे सत्ता सुखी अत्तानं परिहरन्तु सब्बे सत्ता सब दुःखापमुच्यन्तु सब्बे सत्ता लब्ध संपत्तितो मा विगच्छन्तु सब्बे सत्ता कम्मस्य का कम्मदायादा कम्मयोनि कम्मबन्धु कम्मपटिसरणा यं कम्मं करिष्यन्ति कल्याणं वा पापकं वा तस्य दायादा भविष्यन्ति। आए हम मैत्री भावना को सभी ओर व्याप्त करें। मैं सुखी हूँ, दुख से मुक्त हूँ, वैर से मुक्त हूँ, द्वेष से मुक्त हूँ, चिंता से मुक्त हूँ। मैं सुखपूर्वक अपना संरक्षण कर सकूं। सभी प्राणी सुखी हों, सभी प्राणी वैर से मुक्त हों, सभी प्राणी द्वेष से मुक्त हों, सभी प्राणी चिंता से मुक्त हों, सभी प्राणी सुखपूर्वक अपना संरक्षण कर सकें। सभी प्राणी सभी दुखों से मुक्त हों, सभी प्राणियों की संपत्ति उनसे दूर न हो, सभी प्राणी अपने कर्मों के स्वामी हैं, कर्म ही उनकी विरासत है, कर्म ही उनकी योनि है, कर्म ही उनका बंधु है, कर्म ही उनकी शरण है। जैसे भी कर्म करेंगे, कुशल अथवा अकुशल, वही उनकी विरासत बनेगी।
सर्वे सत्ता
सुखी होन्तु सब्बे होन्तु चखेमिनो सब्बे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा किञ्चित् पापमागमा मा किञ्चित् शोकमागमा मा किञ्चित् दुःखमागमा।
भवतु
सर्वमङ्गलं रक्षन्तु सर्वदेवता सर्वबुद्धानुभावेन सदा सोति भवन्तु ते। भवतु सर्वमङ्गलं रक्षन्तु सर्वदेवता सर्वधर्मानुभावेन सदा सोति भवन्तु ते। भवतु सर्वमङ्गलं रक्षन्तु सर्वदेवता सब संगानुभावेन सदा सुखी भवन्तु ते। अरहं सम्मा सम्बुद्धो भगवा बुद्धं भगवन्तं अभिवादयामि। स्वाखातो
भगवता
धम्मो
धम्मं नमस्सामि।
सुपटिपन्नो भगवतो सावक संघो संघं नमामि।